Hey everybody, Joe Haygood here, aka mclazyj. We're back. It is Monday morning. It is my only day of work this week, which is really nice. I can't complain. I haven't had a vlog in a couple weeks now. Sorry about that. It hasn't really been much to blog about, so. I'm only putting this together because we have reached our sub 100 day for the Virgin cruise that we are going on. So basically in 94 days we'll be on a plane, 96 days we'll be on a boat. And the biggest milestone with that is like we've started putting together our packing list. So basically we are, I've put together in notes, and I will take this from a couple of vlogs that I've seen, including like Life of Traveler and a couple other ones that I've seen out there. The notes app's actually really cool about building a list and bullet pointing it, and then you can click those and it checks them off, I believe, which is really kind of neat. So I've just been going through there, and number one, I went through and did one pass just on my own, putting in all the things I could think of, right? And then I started watching some of the vlogs that kind of influenced our trip to take Virgin and to take this Eastern Caribbean Antilles cruise, and a couple other videos. And all of a sudden it was like, oh yeah, like I forgot so many things just building that basic list, like bug repellent and sunscreen and things like that. So it's like little things where you're thinking like, I thought of everything. And then it's like, oh no, I definitely did not think of everything. So, and I'm putting it in there no matter how ridiculous it might seem. I'm putting it on the list just to kind of make sure I remember everything. I put in like, hey, these are the number of shirts I want to bring, t-shirts I want to bring. These are the number of shorts I want to bring. This is the number of underwear, the number of socks, this shoe, this shoe, this shoe, this shoe, and these shoes. I should say these shoes for all of them because shoes are in a pair, not singular. Scarlet night outfit, So I am kind of trying to put all that together and put it in focus. We did buy one set of packing cubes that kind of came with like cubes and a travel kit in place. Again, I will say kudos to Life of a Traveler blog, because I really like the one that they had, because it was like it had a toiletry kit and then the packing cubes with it, and the packing cubes stuff into the toiletry kit bag when not in use, which is really nice. So everything folds down into one nice little bag. And it came with like 9 or 10 packing cubes of different sizes, shapes. Some of those include like shoe bags and stuff like that. So, but it's cool, and I liked it. But yeah, so right now the big thing is putting together this packing list, kind of going through it a couple times. Like I said, watching some vlogs out there and kind of looking at stuff that I might have forgotten. I have my wife going through it and kind of putting her stuff in there as well. So we have like a shared list that we can punch off and kind of go through. And yeah. We also have been doing some, like with the new year here and us doing our workouts and everything, we're also kind of going through our entire apartment and starting to do some clean out. It'll be news to my son when he sees this, but we're kind of starting to consolidate stuff in his closet as he's been moved out now for a while, so we can start using some of that closet space for our stuff to like store. We're not moving you out, just kind of putting stuff neatly into a section of the closet because you've moved most of your stuff out. Sorry if you're seeing this for the first time. He always jokes. He's like, I didn't know this was happening until I watched Daddy's vlog, blah, blah, blah. No. There you go. There's another one. Yeah, so we're just trying to do some of that clean out so we can kind of just have, number one, it's a nice area for us if we want to record something. It's, it's an empty room right now. So, I mean, there's a bed and some stuff in there, but for the most part, it's an empty room. But yeah, primarily the big thing is we're putting together our packing list. Also talking to some of the people. If you haven't done this, most cruises that I've found have a Facebook group. I'm not a huge fan of Facebook. If you've followed me for a long enough time, you know I am not a huge fan of Facebook in any way, shape, or form. However, I will say their cruise groups are actually pretty fantastic. And it really has been kind of a revelation to use those groups. Shout out to, I believe it is Life Well Cruised, and I think Professor Melissa, those channels, for pointing out this Facebook thing. Because like we're in a group now that started off, it had like about 60 people in it, and now has like 180 something to 190 something people in it. And we're kind of networking to create some events on board and getting to meet people ahead of schedule. It's really been kind of a cool thing for us to be able to have kind of a network of people. Again, it's our first cruise, so we're unsure as to what to expect. And knowing that we're going to have people in a group that, like, there's several of them that are like, oh no, this is like our third, fourth, fifth, eighth Virgin cruise, et cetera, et cetera. It's kind of nice to have kind of a knitted community that we can rely on to get information or assistance or just ideas and whatnot for this cruise. So I highly recommend it. Our Carnival group, not as active, not as large. I don't know if that's because it's a Carnival thing, or I've seen some Carnival groups that are really big. I've seen some Carnival groups that are really small. I know this was the first group that I saw created because I checked for several months. I thought about creating one myself, but I didn't want to have to worry about the administrative response. So I just sort of left it alone. And I didn't want to bother with it. So the good thing is, if you do find a Facebook group, or if you have a Facebook account and you're going on a cruise, I would suggest it. Look for them. Find one of the bigger groups if there's multiple ones for your cruise, and meet some people and get some names and faces ahead of schedule. So when you do end up on that cruise, you're not kind of lost, and you have like a group of people that you can fall back on if you need to. So. But yeah, packing lists are being made, supplies are being done. I've got like our magnets for our doors. I've got our whiteboard for the doors so we can build some lists to survey people. Clothing has been bought for the most part that we're going to use, like our Scarlet Night outfits, shoes, all that kind of stuff. There's a couple things here and there, like I want to get like a different hat to have for like when I go to port. Kind of more like a Panama hat or like a Greg Norman hat, something like that I can use for better sun protection. And yeah, but most of the stuff's done and we're packed. And then finally we've got our trip that we're doing, just our little overnight trip to LA to the Bonaventure Hotel. So I'm going to be vlogging that and taking some pictures. Weirdly enough, not a lot of reviews on YouTube for the Bonaventure, so I'm gonna kind of put something together and hopefully that helps some people. Anyways, thanks for watching. Trying to keep this under 10 minutes so that way I don't have to cut it into pieces to put it on TikTok. So till next time, bye.